Hey there, how are you doing? This is Kali from Tech Fans. Yes, I have been using this latest Android 12 public beta 5 port for Xiaomi Mi A2 Jasmine Sprout, which is currently running on September 5th, 2021 security patch level. So first of all, I want to speak about the Material U, which is the new design. Earlier, the Google was using the Material, and they just added a U in the name and the suffix. So this one is just like earlier Android, but it's just standalone, and it looks actually good in my opinion when comparing to Android 9, 10, and 11. So the main some features are changing the color, and especially it's more of a color. It's like it just fits with your wallpaper, and the icon and the font and the widgets all just works together to make it looks really good. So I will just leave a link about the Material U and its features in the description so you can watch it. First thing, we'll start about the boot animation. It is same as every pixel. You will get the Google logo, it will just load, and after that the dots will connect as a Google with these colors. So I actually like this minimal design. In earlier there is nothing special, but this is what you get as a boot animation. So this build currently I'm using is ported by Alok Raj from the Pixel 3 device, so which is working actually fine, more than my expectation. I usually, whenever the new builds, or especially I have to say like there's a port from other devices, it will mostly will be glitchy and have a lot of bugs, and some of the most of the features won't even work, and it do not recommended for daily driver. But in this case, this one is stable and it's working really good. You can even use it for a daily as a daily driver. So in the as part of a Material U design changes, we have some solid design changes, redesigned status bar and volume toggle and in settings, and more of that it's like using in one hand mode, which is same like a One UI, Samsung's One UI. The status bar wise it is good actually. It's more of like a iPhone's control bar, but what I see it as is it is not containing much buttons. When it compares to Android 12, we can even use 12 buttons in single page. In this case, it just one button is taking a place of two, or sometimes more than that space. And when it comes to security features, there are much securities in Android 12, especially the one which I have to tell here is the ability to block the microphone access even through the status bar. That is actually cool. If you are feeling that some apps are listening your audio conversation in the background, you can just turn off the microphone. Whenever you are getting the call, you can easily enable it back. That feature is really good. The second feature that I would like to say is whenever the app is using your hardwares like a microphone or a camera, you can just the OS will just show you the indicator in the top right corner in the green color dot, which indicates that the device, some application in the background is using the hardware in the background. Based on that, you can even disable the app, or even you can uninstall it. The security feature is really good. It will show you a clear history of what all the apps used your hardware. So the third thing that I have to highlight is the stability. I was using this for more than a month, and I didn't face much problem, especially day-to-day tasks. It is doing really well. Next we'll talk about the battery backup. It is decent. I'm getting like 4.5 hours to 5 hours of screen on time. Based on the usages, it may vary. Sometimes it will get only 4 hours, sometimes it may extend more than 5 hours of mark. It is mostly depend on your usage, but it is not as good as the stock ROM or any other uh, fully featured custom ROM. It is just working decent. That's all I can say. Also, I don't know whether Android just removed it, but I'm unable to find the screen on time in the Android 12 battery manager app. Next thing I would like to explain is about the camera. We have the Google Camera Go, which works finely well. I usually install the Google Gcam. Where to install that, you should have a camera API too. It is by default, it is enabled in the port. So I just installed the Google Camera. The problem with the Google Camera is it is working. You can record a video, you can take a photo, but it's much of more in sometimes it is laggy. The UI is not more responsive even taking a photo or video. When recording a video, sometimes the video is glitching for some few seconds to 2 to 3 seconds. It's the same picture, and the sometimes it is having some hard time to process the videos. So that's the hiccup there. And the features, I would like to say there are a lot of new features in the Android 12, but the default feature which we will get in the specialized full feature custom ROM, they are like a network monitor indicator, which I am not getting in here. Even we don't have a face unlock feature. There is only a fingerprint unlock and the pin and the usual pattern. The here we have a double tap to wake up feature, which I like really, which I like the most. And when it comes to the security and safety net features, I tried with the safety net and the app is continuously showing it is failing. I just tried some banking apps, not banking apps, it's actually payment apps like Paytm, Google Pay. Those are really working fine. I didn't install any muggies or any workarounds to fix the safety net. And the device currently it is not encrypted. So yeah, now we will talk about the problems in this build. Especially I have to tell it first, as I said earlier, it is not fully a problem. You can use it as a stable day-to-day driver, day-to-day ROM, but there are some hiccups here and there which you need to know. First thing is glitches. There are much more glitches when compared to other Android 11 custom ROMs. I know it is in initial build, so that will be there. It is actually minimal. It is actually good. Some cases are like in a status bar. Whenever I click the button Wi-Fi toggle, especially it just shows as a turn on, but it's inside it it will be turned off. So those kind of button glitches are there, and some apps are having some issues. Mostly it is force stopping. Sometimes I felt it with the YouTube Studio app. Whenever I refresh the page in the YouTube Studio, it just force stop it. It's maybe because of Android 12 compatibility with the Studio app, or maybe a issue with the ROM. I'm not sure. And sometimes I'm facing some issues with the back button. Sometimes whenever I switch between whenever I switch between apps, the back button is not back button. I mean the back button's gesture is not at all working. I have to just turn off the screen and turn on to make it work again. And sometimes I have to restart it. And the charging, so the charging is actually not for rapid. It's not even using its full capacity. It's taking more than an hour or sometimes 2 or 2.5 hours. I'm not exactly calculated it, but it is actually taking a lot of time to charge it. Especially when I plug the charger, it is suddenly shows charging, and then it switches to charging rapid, and then it switches to again charging, and then it switches to again charging slow. So this is continuously happening. I'm not sure how it is charging, but it is taking a lot of time to entirely charge the device. Usually the stock ROM is actually used with a 10-watt charger. It takes only a 45 minutes mark. So that's what about this Android 12. I am not complaining it much. It is actually good, stable build port that you can now get for your devices. And I can see lot of new Android 12 updates are given by lot of developers for the device. That actually good. We will try one by one. This is just consider it as a beginning. So I also made a gaming review of this build. which you can see by clicking the I button right now. So thank you for watching. Quote motto.